Hey guys, how are you? I just sat down and all of a sudden I have a case of the tired's and I just want to go take a nap. But let's get this taken care of for you guys first before I go and take my nap and start the laundry and cook some dinner and do all sorts of wonderful things that need to be done. But I'd much rather have a nap because I sat down and I think when I stopped moving is when everything just went. How come it is when you are traveling that sometimes you feel like you need a vacation from the vacation you just took? It's about where I am today. It's about where I am today. All right, I actually had to make notes today so I would kind of stay on track, kind of remember what it was I wanted to talk about. You know, the usual rigmarole. So let's start with the progress report. And I'm looking at the progress report, and the first thing on my list to show you is Pansy Pixie by Nora Corbett. It's my at-work lunch break project. I left my at-work lunch break project at work. So, no Pansy Pixie for you guys this week. She'll be coming home probably tomorrow because of stuff that's in the Stashquisitions. But I'd finished one half of the flower that she's holding over her head, sort of like an umbrella. Got that one half finished, so I've moved the hoops and I've started working on the other half. I have 2.5 colors done of her, so you can kind of see the shape. I think there's 2 more flosses and 2 more acrylics that need to go in to finish up the flower. Then it's all the fun you guys know so well of the back stitch and the beads. And then she will be done. But, you know, she's coming along really quite nice, and I'm sorry I don't have her here for you. That's what happens when you have a meeting late in the evening and right before work ends, and then you end up talking to one of your friends until like half an hour after you were supposed to go home, and you just kind of rush in, grab your stuff, and leave, and don't actually think about what you're supposed to be doing. So, there is that. The next project I have to show you is this cute little one by Atalie. The Roses something or another. Like I said before, I think that means foxglove, but I'm not entirely sure. I should probably run it through Google Translate again to make sure that I have got it right. Seeing as this pattern is from France. All the directions are in French. I had to use Google Translate to kind of help me figure out, sort out what it was that they recommended I do. I started this one so I would have something to do while I was up in Idaho visiting my best friend and my other friend and all the friends and friend. So much fun. Anyway, I didn't actually stitch on it while I was in Idaho. Previously I had these 2 done and maybe this leaf of that guy. But I didn't think to take the project that I normally work on at the football games with me. So this became my football ticket booth project. So I finished up this stem. This one is finished, and I was getting ready to start this. The third one, this is the, what is that, leftmost? Yeah, the leftmost, the first stem of flowers over here. But then we got a rush at the ticket booth and a printer went down, and so I actually got to spring into work and do the work that I need to do when I'm at the ticket booth. Usually everything works perfectly well and I just sit there and smile and I don't have to do anything. So that is that. Alright, everything in there? Perfect. Whoops. We've got a mess. So that is where I am there. I don't know, I might work on that as a palette cleanser depending upon what else I'm doing. The last project to show to you guys that I worked on is the Oh Holy Night Nativity, designed by Stoney Creek. There it is, by Stoney Creek. And so I'm not going to unroll. Well, you can kind of get a peek there of everything I did. So on Memorial Day, I just sat home and stitched, and I finished up the last 2 colors that are down here in the straw. Let's roll that up so that makes more sense. And then I moved my hoop over, and it's sliding everybody. Okay, here we go. Is that good? Can you see that? All right. So I did all of this, all of this, all of this, the shepherd's boy. So there's two shepherds right here. Here is the face of one, the face of the other. This guy's got his hand on the staff and a hand will go down on his knee. There's a knee here. So that is where I am with that one. So coming along pretty good. I think I'll probably fill in 2 colors here and then move the hoop down because there's some colors that I use up here that I need to use way down here. So I'll probably do that, do a little bit of stitching and then move it to more easily accommodate the amount of stitching that I want to do. It is a little bit confetti-esque, confetti heavy, in that you do like some couple colors up here and then the other colors will be used in a robe down somewhere else. Do you guys want to see my horrible confession time of where I am keeping this thing? It's keeping it in an Amazon box. Since I put all the flosses in here, I showed you guys how I had them in envelopes and stuff, and then I just put that on top, put my working copies on top. It usually stays on the desk so the cat can't get to it, but I got all sorts of stuff that I need to shuffle on and off the desk here, so it's temporarily on the floor, temporarily in cat country. I don't know where she went. She was here, she was meowing at me, but now she is not here, nor is she meowing at me, so that's fantastic. Alright, that is everything for the progress report. So you did get to see 2 out of my 3 projects. Yay. So let's move things right along to the stashquisitions. Okay, so I picked up a couple of fabrics. The first one is going to be from Dying for Cross Stitch. It's a group on Facebook is where the beautiful fabrics are sold. And so I picked up this, it's gorgeous, you guys. It's a beautiful blue with light lavender, purple undertones. Really a tight modeling. It might have been ice dyed. I don't know. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's 17 by 26. 17 by 25, so it's a good chunk of fabric. So I could do something really awesome with that. Kind of looking forward to that. I could actually put 2 little flower pixies on it, or maybe one of the mermaids that has more of an orange, well, not necessarily orange, but you know, a warm color scheme in it. You know, one of the ones that are yellow or orange or red or, you know, warm. So I think that looked good on that. So that is that fabric. My fabric of the month came in from Under the Sea Fabrics. It is called Gaia. I'm not sure which. To me it means earth. Right there. So it's a lovely, it's almost terracotta. It has touches of brown and orange. Perhaps not quite a terracotta, but it is definitely earthy in feel. Maybe stitch something nice and old or something nice and spooky on this. I think that would work really quite well. Not something I would go searching for myself, but you know, we'll see. That's kind of the fun of Fabric of the Month clubs, is you never know what you're going to get. We all know that I prefer the purples, pinks, blues, light greens, stuff like that, as opposed to, I prefer the cool colors as opposed to the warm colors. So anyway, that's a really nice piece of fabric right there. Let's see, then the new limited edition Gingers were released. So here they are, because I need another pair of scissors, like I need a hole in the head. So I got me those scissors and also a hole in the head. I ordered these from Needle Case Goods off of Etsy, and she was amazing. She was absolutely awesome. She had a reserve pair listing, so I reserved a pair. She sent me a little notice, said the box just got here, sent an invoice, so I bought them just like that. and almost immediately, I swear, as soon as I pushed, you know, send the money, I got the shipping notice, and there's no real time holes, but I tell you, it felt like there was a time hole, because from the time I pushed the here's your money to the time these babies were in my hot little hands, it had to have been 10 minutes. Okay, not really 10 minutes, but it was quick. It was really, really quick. And that was really quite fantastic. All right, so next, I had to put in another order at 123 Stitch, and I lay the blame fully on Drew from the Weasley Studios and Pam from Pam and Steph, because, you know, they're all awesome. So Pam had sent over a pattern to Drew, so it was the Welcome Sit Stay with the dogs, and I love dogs. I love them so much, and it was so cute. So, of course, in the, come on, brain, in the comments, I'm like, what is that pattern? It looks like a Lizzie Kate. Well, sure enough, it's a Lizzie Kate, and here it is. And so I bought it, and it arrived. And since no pattern can travel alone, I also got the, well, hello there booklet with, you know, all the patterns for the month. And at first I was looking at this, and I was a little bit annoyed at how the booklet is, because you pay 12 something for the booklet. And there's 12, and then I said, oh no, it's okay, because there are 12 patterns in here, so each pattern is $1, and I'm looking at them and I'm like, yeah, I would definitely pay $1 for, you know, any of these patterns. So now I'm okay with it. I just need to buy the buttons, and the button packs are like $70.95 each, and $7.95 times 12 is a lot of money for button packs. So I'm thinking about maybe just buying them in batches, you know, a couple here, a couple there, a couple each month. So that shouldn't be too much problem. Next up, what is this? Oh, this is Stash and Load. I don't know what got me into Stash and Load. It was probably something popped up and I thought, oh, let's look through that album. I confess I don't go to Stash Unload a lot. I don't patrol through all the listings or stuff. So it's just when something comes up in my feed and I think something might be interesting. So here is an old McCall's Creates pattern. It has pansies, and there's a pansy sampler, and then it uses, look, it's one of those wonderful towels that Dina over at Half Stitch Cross Stitch sent me, with a little pansy pattern on it. So look, I've got the whole matching set. I can do my pansy border on the pansy towel with my pansy initials. Woohoo! So that was cute. I bought it because there were pansies. I bought it mostly for the these patterns here and here, the border type patterns, more than this big sampler thing here. Sampler thing's okay. Not quite my taste, but you know, what can you do? And then there is this big ol' thing that has, well, a pansy and a tulip and a bird's nest, but I think birds, I don't like stitching birds, you guys. Birds are just weird and dirty and birds. But they did have a good, you know, little pansy motif here. You can also see that they've stitched it big on an Afghan. So that is why that got to come home and is now living with me. And then the last little leaflet, little pansy posy thing, really quite simple, really quite cute. So, little bouquet of pansies has come to live with me. Then, the last little bits of mail came in the mailbox today. I just picked it up when I was coming home, stopped by the cluster boxes out there at the end of the property. So I've got my Christmas ornaments, yay, magazine. Looking forward to sitting down and flipping through that and seeing what is in that. That'll be really nice to do of an evening. And another order from 123 Stitch. So let's open this up, get a look at that. Cat toy! It landed on the cat. Now she's sniffing it. She doesn't know what to think of it because it came from the sky. Alright, so I ordered, as you guys know, I was planning on ordering, whew, itchy nose, go away cat, the Spirit of Christmas Mystery Sampler from Lizzie Kate And of course I didn't just do the mystery sampler. I made it easy for myself and got the accessory pack. That sucker was expensive, guys, like $17 for, there are a lot of buttons in there, but still, it was kind of painful. I got the floss pack because I'm lazy like that. And then I got a chunk of the Heartland fabric in the Belfast 32 count. So this is looking really quite lovely, not too dark. Sometimes the fabrics that they choose I think are a little dark. So this is going to get, it'll get started tonight, and then I will take it with me to work. And so this will become my at-work lunch break project, and Pansy Pixie will come home, and so she's kind of going to grind to a halt, even though she's really close to being done. So that is the plan there, and these are really pretty colors. I'm looking forward to that. Can't wait to open it up and look and see more. So there we go, my friends, there we go. Those are the stashquisitions. Mark that off of my list of things to do, to talk about. I'm so proud of me for making a list. I don't know what the cat's doing. Okay, hey, it's time to shout out our Floobies! Let's start with the wonderful new stitchers that I watched while I was at work. So we'll start out with Stacy, aka the Mini Stitcher XOXO. She starts us off with the Know Your Needleworker tag, and she is a multi-crafter. She is working on Home of a Needleworker, and she shares a whole bunch of her cute whips with us in addition to Home of a Needleworker. Then I read Reading and Stitching. So she is a long-time blogger, and she's moving over into Flosstube. I don't think she's going to abandon her blog, but she decided to go the video route. She also starts us off with the Know Your Needleworker tag. Let's see, she is working on a Haid of the James C. Christensen painting, and I get a lot of them mixed up, but I think this is the one with all the fairy tales in it. But it was just really, really quite beautiful. Anyway, James C. Christensen does some amazing artwork. But anyway, she had done several pages of this, and it looked really quite beautiful. And then she shares some of her other whips with us. Next up, this is my notepad of everybody I happened to run across while I was here at home watching you guys. We have Rags to Stitches USA. She's been a stitcher since the 80s. She gives a short recap of Needlework Galleria, which she went and visited. She is working on the Summer Schoolhouse series, just like so many of you. And she shows us where she is on that project. And then she shows us some of her other whips. Lots of cute ones. Go check her out. Next, I met Abigail's Needle. She is from Paris. She shares a couple of whips with us, several darling projects, and she's working on a super cute Stoney Creek Witch, and the witch was adorable, and then Spooky Row by Bent Creek. I think what surprised me about her is she was stitching a lot of Halloween projects, and I wasn't aware that France did Halloween, because it seems like from all these videos that I see, it's the US that we do Halloween like a crazy person, and the rest of the world just looks at it and goes, man, that US, they're just crazy people. You're not far off. Okay, next up I met Stitching Something. She is working on a beautiful notebook with a pansy design. And you guys all know how I feel about those pansies, right? She shares some other super cute whips in addition to the needle book. I might have to look up, I don't think I can get the needle book with the pansy design on it. I think it was a limited release or take a class and get the thing sort of thing. Alright, 4 more wonderful stitchers for you guys to go check out. Melanie Smith. She says she recently returned to cross stitch after years of knitting and crochet and other sorts of crafty pursuits. So she is a multi-crafter as well. She finds that she loves the primitive type patterns and is also working on the Summer Schoolhouse series, so go check her out. Magnolia Nana gives us a quick introduction to herself, shares some of her finishes, both old and new, some whips and some stash. You know, she just does it all, and she just comes off as a genteel southern gal. We have Renee Sewell, a longtime stitcher and Georgia gal, so there's another one for all you Georgians to adopt. She originally, when she was stitching, she found she loved Paula Vaughn, but finds that her tastes are starting to change a little bit thanks to Flosstube. So you guys are doing a good job of being enablers, right on team. She didn't show any of her whips right away, but says she will make another couple videos with more of her whips in them. And the last gal I met was Jessie Johnson. She says she has only recently become a serious stitcher. We need to go thank Joe Gregory, because we know Joe Gregory is, oh, I did it wrong. I said it how it looks, Joe Gregoire. Anyway, is a serious stitcher. If you don't know the joke, you got to go watch all of Joe Gregoire's videos and find it. Anyway, she shares some of her new finishes that she stitched for grandkids and people, little children in her church. Lots of absolutely adorable juvenile patterns is what she's working on. So go check them out. As per usual, I will put links to their channels in the description back below. So just click on the little show more button that will show up, and you'll be able to find their links so you too can go check out these lovely, lovely stitchers. All right, mark off the shout outs. I don't know about you, but I think I'm going to need to go get a drink of water before we start talking about the Battle Cow adventures. Right. I'm having a bad lighting day today, guys. Looks great that back there, but my little lights are not doing it today. Anyway, Battle Cow adventures. I only made it to like one raid last week. No major stories from that. We just went in, killed four bosses on heroics, which was pretty good. Maybe 2 or 3 pulls before we got them, so that's a win. Doing all right there. They released another part of the story arc for Argus, so I went through and did most of my quests through there. And I'm starting to feel a little tiny bit sort of burnt out on the world quests, on the dailies, on the gated content, on all the stuff. I'm tired. Maybe I'll have to unsub. Something like that. I don't know. I'm starting to break it up a little bit where, you know, one night will be WoW, one night will be stitching, and you guys on the Flosstube, you know, back and forth a little bit. So we'll see how that goes. See if that doesn't keep boredom, whatever, burnout. See if that'll do it to keep that away. All right, life updates. Yay! I still haven't built a tag to put in there. Okay, life updates. Had a great visit with my best friend. Not enough time, never enough time, you know, maybe about 2.5, 3 hours, something like that. Got to see her, talk to her, hang out. But she was really busy trying to get her 2 daughters settled into their dorm and signed up for classes and IDs and all sorts of other things going on. Goodness. In addition, they had there were 3 additional nieces and nephews up there going to school as well, so they wanted to do a gathering with the 5 cousins and then my best friend and her husband. So I went with them to that and had a lovely chat with them. But in addition to that, my other friend who lives up there right now came over and sort of met my friends, and we had a good time catching up and doing this and that. So let's see. Oh, I took complete and total advantage of being Mom's crazy friend and gave those girls all sorts of crazy unsolicited advice. You don't have to listen to me, but I'm telling you, this is how I have seen it as, you know, an older single woman. You can't rely on the Mormon ideal to show up, so be prepared to take care of yourself. Anyway, so, my other friend, so met up with him. He is an old flame. We talked, we had a great time. It was just wonderful to reconnect with him. I did my best to blow on the little embers that sort of burn way back in the corner. I don't know, I might have accidentally blown them right on out because that's me, subtle as a jackhammer. What can you do? We'll find out. Wait and see sort of thing. But I must say it was really, really good to see him again, reconnect. It was good. It was good. It was good. It was good. That's all I'm going to say. It was good. Let's see. Then this week, so that was Friday, you guys. I drove 4 hours north to see my friends Friday, stayed overnight, turned around, drove 4 hours back south on Saturday because I got to work the football game. It was the big in-state rivalry game. My university has now lost that game 7 years in a row. I honestly didn't think they were going to win this one going in just because of the way the team had played the last 2 games. It was like they weren't clicking on all cylinders. They were trying to figure out, you know, plays and stuff and just get the team to mesh like a team should mesh. So I was totally expecting them to lose, and they did. Now this must be a football thing, but I have friends who are fans of the other team. And so they're exulting in their win over, you know, my employer. And they're, you know, basically telling my employer to suck it. I don't understand this. I don't tell your employer to suck it. Why are you telling my employer to suck it? I don't understand. It's just football. It's just a game you're required to play because guess what? Football brings in money. Football brings in lots of money. Do you want money for educational programs? Then you play football. Whatever. Random rant. So I'm like, wait, what? It doesn't even make sense. It just, why can't you go, yay, my team won. Oh, your team lost. Whatever. Probably because I don't care enough. But what I do really enjoy about going to the football games is being there, is being, you know, part of a crowd and everybody's cheering and yelling, and I like the cheering and yelling when it's friendly and woo! And it was a full stadium. I swear, I think we sold out, you know, almost 64,000 seats. You know, it was a little crazy in the ticket booth with people coming and going. We didn't have too much fraud going on, but just a little bit, you know. We caught a couple cases and were able to track them down. So the fraudsters will be receiving visits from either local law enforcement. Anyway, so that's the rivalry football game. Oh, one other random thing is that the vice president over my division, so there's my boss and his boss and boss's boss, so you know this is the VP level right there, was out in the stands handing out BYU Creamery ice cream little cups to every single Ute fan he could come across who would accept the ice cream. So that was kind of fun and kind of cute. Okay, so that is everything for the good old life update. Not much going on besides that. Just kind of looking forward to Comic-Con is coming up in, it won't be this weekend. I've got another football game to work this weekend, but the weekend after that. So I'm planning on going up there on a Saturday, puttering around, seeing the things, doing the what's-its. Yay! Having a good old time. That is everything, my friends. That is everything, and according to the timestamp on the video camera, you know, we're going to make it in about half an hour. So, thank you everybody who has wandered in and first subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate everybody who gives us a thumbs up. I appreciate everybody who leaves a comment in the comment box down below. I need to get back to you guys. I've seen a lot of questions and comments and things, and I need to back it up and get some time and actually go in and answer comments. It's been kind of crazy at work, so what can you do? Haven't been able to do the channel maintenance that I should. I hope you guys have a great stitchy week. I hope you guys are able to stitch on as many things as you can, as much as you want to. If you're in the Houston area, if you're in the area affected by Harvey, if you're in the area affected by Irma, I hope that you are safe. If your home was hurt, I hope you are able to recover from the damages. That I know there are people there who are willing to help. I've donated to my favorite charity of choice to help out the recovery efforts. I can't go down there. It's not feasible for all of us to be able to descend upon one place and help everybody recover. So I'm, doing my part that I can from far, far away. But if you are there, I hope you are safe. I hope your family is safe. I'm going to stop before I really start a ramble and maybe get teary, because I have a soft heart, and those things just, I watch the news and I just cry for you people. I cry for you. Okay, stitch all the things. I hope the frog stays far, far away from your house. Hugs and stitches, everybody. Bye.